Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Alright, here we are. It's a busy dinner hour, but I didn't even intend to actually film a review tonight. But I was going to go to Wendy's, and I didn't know what to order exactly. So I was browsing around on their website, on their online menu, specifically for cheeseburgers. And I came across this one item right here. What is this exactly is a Gouda Bacon Cheeseburger. At first I didn't know how long this was released for or what, but I found out it was relatively new and I decided to review it, and this is what we hopefully have before us. Now, reading exactly from their website, well, it's a bacon cheeseburger with Gouda on it, but there's also more to it. It says, quote, "We start off with a quarter pound of 100% pure, fresh, never frozen beef, served hot off the grill and topped with a creamy garlic aioli, Gouda cheese, and Swiss Gruyere cheese sauce. We then add 3 strips of fresh cooked applewood smoked bacon, red onions, tomato, and fresh spring mix, all served on a brioche bun." Their famous brioche bun. And the fresh spring mix is really fancy for saying a couple pieces of lettuce they found laying on the bottom of the bin. You know, that's pretty much what it means. Looking at the picture on their website, most of the time they don't even portray their sandwiches to be messy, but I guess they're brutally honest this time around. I mean, it's got sauce and slop dripping all over it, and stuff dripping down, and I can only imagine trying to eat this in the car. Oof. Anyways, here's our sandwich. Take the top off, verify what we got. There's a tomato, and the spring mix, and there's cheese, and I guess the sauce, and burger. It is beef, and there's a little bacon strip kind of hiding there. So I guess everything's there. Even now I got some sauce on my fingers, but forget it. Not gonna wipe anything off because we're just gonna get it dirtied up again. So we're just gonna bite in and just start eating and let you know what we think of this creature. Going in, the Gouda Bacon Cheeseburger from Wendy's. Spring mix getting in the way of things. I do have a criticism about the bacon, but I'm going to mention that after I take a couple more bites to fully verify things. And a remark about the ever so famous spring mix. And one more bite we shall take. Okay. Now, you heard me mention I had 2 criticisms to make about this sandwich. About the bacon and about the spring mix. And believe it or not, 2 of those are actually rather widely known for on the rest of their sandwiches too. So, here's the problem with the 2 of them. First off, then we'll just talk about the rest of the sandwich as a whole. You saw with the first bite, perhaps, if you were really observant. You noticed I may have been chewing for a longer time than I normally am. At least normally should be, perhaps, for a burger. Well, the bacon itself, I guess perhaps they maybe undercooked it. Perhaps it was just the type of bacon that they used. I can't really say. I mean, Applewood smoked bacon, that's, always well known. Um, but the problem, the problem with this was it was just too chewy. For the rest of the sandwich, for everything else that was on this sandwich, the rest of the sandwich is just rather soft, easy to consume. The burger itself is very tender, very juicy, very soft. Everything else is just, leafy greens, veggies, some cheese sauces, nothing that's really chewy or tough. But the bacon itself just happened to be rather tough, rather chewy, and because of that, where everything else kind of just dissolved away after chewing enough, the bacon was still there, and you were just chewing and chewing and chomping away at it, and perhaps just wasting time in doing so. And that can just cause an inconvenience where you're sitting there for longer than you should be just because of this piece of bacon. Number two, the other criticism I have is the fresh spring mix. And I'm not calling it the lettuce because they're calling it a spring mix, so that's what I'm going to call it too. The thing with the spring mix, the reason why I have to just criticize that is just because they put too much on it, and it was getting in the way of the rest of the sandwich. There was a time where I was just biting in, and all that was getting in the way of everything was literally just the lettuce. And I wanted to bite into that burger, wanted to be able to try the cheese, the different sauces, and unfortunately all that I could taste was the spring mix and the leafy greens and the lettuce, and they just put a little too much of that on. But that's just in terms of preparation. As for the rest of it, what can we taste exactly? The cheese that they put on it was rather innocuous. The cheese that's actually physically on it, and a little bit of, I guess, the cheese sauce too. And that was more innocuous. For the most part, what it did was it just kind of added moisture to the sandwich, especially the cheese sauce. That's what it really did. Okay. As for the garlic aioli, I don't know how much of that they really put on, but that actually you could taste a little bit. You could taste a little bit of a faint, kind of garlicky taste to it. But as I said, that's not a real profound flavor with this sandwich. For the most part, when you're eating it, you're really able to taste the burger itself, which is just standard, Wendy's quality burgers. Just a little salty, but just very, very tender and easy to eat. Those the standard, Wendy's square patties there. Bacon itself is a bit chewy, and everything else in the sandwich you can taste a little bit of the onions there, and a little bit of a tanginess to it. Just in general, that may be maybe something they did add with the cheese sauce. I don't think it would be the garlic aioli. I mean, it may be that. There's a little bit of tanginess in the sauces there, but overall, it's just a decent sandwich to eat. Once you kind of get some of those leafy greens cleared out of the way, once you get past some of that bacon, it's just it's a nice sandwich to eat. Not overwhelming, not underwhelming. A good balance between the two, and with that being said, it all is able to work out. There's a nice blend of flavors in here. You get the lettuce, you get the tomato, which was very rich, I might say, the tomato. You get the different types of sauces, the beef, the bacon, the brioche bun, which is, Wendy's trademark. They love that thing, the brioche bun. Every specialty burger is on that thing. And, it wasn't as messy as they portrayed it. I mean, they got just crap dripping down from it everywhere, every single angle of this thing. But I mean, it wasn't as messy as they portrayed it, and that's a good thing in my opinion. It allows for more convenient eating, wherever you want to eat, without having to put on, a bib or whatever to eat this burger. So that being said, aside from the two criticisms there, it's not a bad sandwich. It isn't. Price-wise, it was $5.79, which, for Wendy's, it's pretty average for a burger, especially a specialty burger with this. Again, not bad, though. The burger itself is good. Price is pretty standard for what you're getting here. Again, a great blend of flavors, a lot of nice components to it. Everything goes together well. Burger is cooked well, and everything just really combines together good. So, that's a good thing. I can't really complain about that all too much. So out of 10, what are we going to be giving this? You know, aside from those 2 criticisms, it was a good burger. It was. But the 2 criticisms, especially the bacon, can pose a real inconvenience to eating this. So that being said, I'm just going to give it just a flat 8.0 out of 10. Just a little above average, because once you get that stuff cleared out of the way, it's a good sandwich. But, you know, otherwise the leafy greens can get in the way, and the bacon can be, you know, a little too chewy and inconvenient and a little tough for one's liking. And that could just be an issue. But otherwise, it's an alright sandwich. And that's all we got. So this is Running an Empty Food Review and looking over, hoping to remember the name. We reviewed the Gouda Bacon Cheeseburger from Wendy's. Pretty new sandwich. Try it out if you want. And that's all we got for you. Thank you for watching. We'll be back later. Take care and goodbye.